आचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम के जय। मथुरा द्वारिका धाम के जय। श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम के जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम के जय। गंगा मैया के जय, यमुना मैया के जय, भक्ति देवी के जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। ताई गौर प्रेमानंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासा जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। So why to perform regular rituals? There is a gulf of difference between ritual and worship.
Ritual and worship.
Ritual, we do it for some benefit that we can get out of that. That's what rituals are meant for. And worship is totally different. When you love someone, how do you express that love? Like
whatever they like, we try to
Please them.
please them in whatever they like. I mean, sometimes physically, sometimes mentally, sometimes morally. We try to
Hugging and kissing.
yeah, the kids.
anything else?
The word they use is selfless.
Sorry?
Selfless.
Selfless.
Without expecting return.
Without?
Expecting anything in return.
Worship.
Yeah,
That's what worship. What am I?
yeah. Taking care. We can take care of them.
Okay.
I mean, love is automatic, bro. Like, for example, when you love somebody, there is a conscious inside you that elevates you to do something for them. As Prabhu said, like, they're liking, if they want something, you feel like getting to them, try to get to them those things at the same time. Anything which, your conscious inside your mind says that, you want to see the other person happiness,
So here we can differentiate this terminology. Love means rendering service selflessly. Okay? Do the things what they like. Taking care of them. Kiss them, hug them. And ritual means doing all these things to make sure that it should become our habit, or it should become spontaneous. We have to love their Lordship because that is our nature. If you will not love God, then you will love dog. And that's what we can see in this country of opportunities. That they love more than animals, no, more than their own kids, they love animals. Why? Because they don't interfere what you're doing, how life you are living. They don't have any problem with that. But you can't adjust with the people who really keep interest in your life, who wanted to see that you should live peaceful life. That's why they wanted to direct you. That's why they wanted to interfere in your life. Oh, this is not good, you should not do this. And people, they don't like it. Especially the opportunists. They don't like if someone interferes in their target, who pinpoints them. Any businessman will not like that someone is coming and poking his nose in his business. Do they? No, they wanted to do their business as per their own way. So the main difference that is there in rituals and worship is that worship happens with love. And it's a spontaneous. And rituals that we do to develop this spontaneous thing. Like a newly wedded girl comes to house. For her, it's in the beginning, it's very difficult to adjust with the people because she don't know that. And now she has to put it in the practice that whatever she do, she should do it with love. How she develops that love? By following certain ritual. Oh, because she is my mother-in-law, so when I wake up, when I see her first in the day, so I should offer her pranams. I should take care of her. It's not natural, but because now you have to make it natural, so you are following that particular. You don't want it to do, or you're not habituated with do, but you are doing it. So if you keep doing that, that becomes then a second nature for you. And then it becomes really natural for you. So rituals, what we perform to develop the ultimate result is love of God. And that's why I was just reading today. Actually, today's topic was that. And Rupa Goswami, in the 10th verse of Nectar of Instruction, he writes about that karmis, they are in this material world, they perform their karma because they are too attached to their own sense gratification as well as the large sense gratification with their family, society, country, and then whole continent like that. But they wanted to perform activities. Why? Because they have misunderstood their own identity. The thing, because I was born here, so I belong to this particular place. Because this modes and these activities are more, what we can say, more easy for me to imbibe.
They use the word conducive.
Conducive to my own nature. So I pick them up. And I go along with my desires, with this conducive environment, so that I can achieve that. But they don't understand the ultimate goal of life. And that's why these people who are trying to squeeze out happiness from this material nature, they are called as a gross materialistic or karmis, who are into activities to satisfy their own senses and senses in large of their nation, society, and community like that. So they are known as a karmis. Higher than these karmis are gyanis, who understand difference between what they are doing and what they're supposed to do. Because what's the ultimate goal of life? Ahar, Nidra, Bhayani, Maithun. Just to have a sophisticated way of eating, mating, defending and sleeping. What's the goal of life?
To reach God.
Huh?
To reach God.
To reach God. Then how to reach Him? What's the way? If I have to come to America, first of all, I have to take visa. I should be get validated by the immigration that I am qualified to enter. So to just from one country to go another country, you have to reach there. You need some qualification, and you should be validated by the government there. And how do they validate? Because there's some certain criteria. Then only you are allowed in. Then to know God, to reach God, there must be some criteria, or not? Huh? Then what is that?
Surrender.
Huh?
Surrender. When we get
So
up,
for the beginning stage, everyone can just surrender is the last stage. That really takes you to the God.
As you said, Prabhu, the other day, first be a human being.
Exactly. Because everyone has an animalistic propensity. Because even it is called that there are certain, in Sanskrit they call Manushya Prani.
Many
So even,
bhajans,
huh?
many bhajans tell everybody pranis.
Yeah,
Many bhajans.
there are so many beings. Amongst them is human being. So we have the same tendencies as the animals have. Then what makes a real difference between us and animals? Niti Shastra says, Ahara Nidra Bhayamaithunam cha Samanya etad Vashubhira Narana Jnano hi tesham adhiko vishesha Jnanena vihina Vashubhir Samana. See, in the human form of a life, everything has a knowledge. All the living entities, they have a knowledge about how to eat, how to sleep, how to mate, and how to defend themselves. They don't need any training actually. Have you seen that kangaroos are going to learn boxing? Huh? Or kick
Recently,
jump?
yeah.
Do they go? In Australia, in forest, they have a club of kangaroos where they go and practice. No, it's natural for them. Have you seen any donkey club where they go and learn hind kicking, back leg kicking there?
Human beings.
Because it's not natural for human being to do all this. That's why they need to take training for. So what we are doing, being an advanced being, we are learning all animalistic propensity again. And forming the clubs, spending valuable time, money on that. For what? I'm going to learn boxing, Gorilla and kangaroo, they do naturally, they don't need, and they give punches in such a way, knocked out. One punch and knocked out within not even 20 seconds.
Right.
Huh? Just one punch, finish. Tyson was well known for the punches. Within a 20 or maximum is 21 for him. If someone crosses fight with him. And to learn that, he has to spend like 8 hours a day. Kangaroo does not need that. Because it's natural for them. So what is natural for us? As he said, to search about God. Human being will not do that. Animals will not do that. Have you seen any club where all dogs are coming and doing yoga for the peace of mind? Because that's not their nature. If dog is peaceful, then you have to think, hey, what's some problem with them? Huh? Dog means barking. If he doesn't bark, then you will see some problem is there with him. Huh? So everyone has his own propensity, and nothing is useless in God's creation. That one has to understand first of all. There's one shloka in Atharva Veda. It says, Amantram aksharam nasti nasti moolam manaushadi. Ayogyaha purusho nasti yojakas tatra durlabha. Amantram aksharas nasti. You can't find a single syllable which will not form mantra. In fact, all the mantras, they are formed by combinations of different syllables. Huh? Like a tapa, tha and pa. That comes together and it becomes tapa, and it has a really great meaning. So every syllable has a full potency to create mantra. But what's the problem then? Nasti mula manoshadi. You will not find a single creeper tree which has grown up on the earth that it does not have any medical property or any medicinal properties. Each and every vegetation or tree or creeper has its own medical or medicinal effect. And you will not find a useless person in this material world. Someone has some good capacities with him, which you may not have. Then what is the problem? Why there is a problem in this world then? If everything is qualified for something, then what is the problem?
We are not utilizing.
Yojakas tatra durlabha.
Disease and cycle coming back.
Yojakas tatra durlabha. The person who can organize them, who can make use of them, is rare. Actually, that was the shloka written on our college entrance. And that the last they wrote that this institute creates organizers. That means engineers. Engineers mean what? He's a yojak. He takes out the ingredients and he utilizes them properly and comes with something. Huh? Any engineer you take, what he does? He makes use of whatever he has and he creates something wonderful that can be utilized for wonderful cause. So what is rare? Yojaka tatra durlabha. So the whole Vedic scripture intended to create such organizers who can use this material nature for the right cause. And what is that right cause? To make everyone bhavik.
Devotee of God.
Oh,
Got it?
yeah, I get it.
And what should that devotee be? Having a quality of amala. Means who does not have any mala, any impurities in the heart. So what they have given birth to? A pure devotee without any impurities. So who is Yojaka now?
Organizer. Organizer means what is that? Organizer. So father, their parents.
What's her name?
Now
Lavanya and Sandip. They are the organizers to create a devotee with a pure heart. It really makes some sense. This is what a family life means. You should do something that wonderful that will give really meaning to the life. Why man and woman they come together? Just to enjoy senses or sex? No ways. There's a great reason behind that. And that is a creation. You're coming together to give a tremendous opportunity to a soul whom you are inviting in this material world, to give him a last chance to go back and back to God. If you have that thinking in your mind, you will have a good upswings. And you just check out our scriptures. All the Prajapatis, before they come forth for creation, they have performed austerities. So what is meant by austerities then? What it means? Yes? I'm looking at you. Where are you? Physically. So what is austerity?
To do something.
I'm asking you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Srinivas.
Asking something to the God,
Back again.
asking something from the God, which can be used for the God or something.
I'm asking austerity.
Yeah, austerity doing something to get, yeah,
Control the senses.
Tapa. Okay.
To do,
Yeah.
as I said, to do something which pleases the Lord, but it might cause little bit pain to us. It might be painful for us, but ultimately that pleases the Lord.
Voluntarily accepting inconvenience for the pleasure of the person for whom we are rendering something. The most austere personality in our family is who? Mother. Because any daughter, she likes to sleep for 12 hours. But when she becomes mother, she has to wake up early before everyone gets up. Even though she don't want that, but she is doing it for what? Voluntarily, she is accepting that inconvenience for the pleasure of her loved one.
Okay.
That is called as austerity. And when we do it for the Lord, then that is not a ritual, that becomes a devotion.
Okay. Okay.
Like following Ekadashis. Some vratas. Ekadashi, you don't have to eat grains. At one day, you have to restrict yourself for eating grains. That is austerity.
Right. Okay.
But for whom you are doing it? Because it's a Vedic injunction that pleases Lord, so I'm following it. Other things are different, that it has some medical effect on your body also, so it will keep your body maintained and it will be like a recycling the whole system. So that's another reason. The main reason behind is that for the pleasure of the Lord. And in our Vedic system, it is known as a upavas. Upa means what?
To be near to
And vasa means stay,
Stay.
reside. When you do upavas, then what do you have to do?
by hearing and doing.
Do the nirjala, oh, I'm too tired. And whole day you are sleeping. What's the use of that then? Then whom you are going to near actually? You are going near to ignorance. So the real essence of upavasa is going closer to the Lord. Even though nobody wants to wake up early in the morning, then it becomes a ritual, because ritual is rules and regulation. You have to get up in the morning, you have to worship the deities, you have to bathe them, you have to take that Charanamrit, because there is a purpose behind that. When you wake up early in the morning, all your 2.5 crores nerves, whatever you have in the body, they get refreshed. When you get up before 3:30 or before sunrise, half an hour, 1.5 hours before, so around like a 4:30 or here actually is a bit early. At least India it's not that. Here it is a bit early. It is 3 o'clock. It looks like a dawn. India it comes at a 5:45 or 6 o'clock sometimes.
But winter time is different.
Huh?
Winter time is different.
Yeah, that goes in the ignorance. So, but other that Other 8 months is you are making a bali. Winters maybe 2 months, not more than that.
3.5 months.
Yeah. So amongst the 12 months, 3.5 months, what percentage is that? So what makes a difference? When do it as a ritual, that drags toward the love of God. Because we are not habituated with. We have animalistic propensities. And how you can train the animal? By taking a hunter in a hand. चाबुक दिखाएगा तो हाथी शेर भी कुत्ता बन जाता है. When we have these animalistic propensities, for us to come out of that animalistic propensity, these rituals are given. When it becomes spontaneous, like sometimes tomorrow is your birthday and you have to take your sweetheart early in the morning to somewhere else. Do you need alarm? You will be half an hour early. Oh, it's fine, 4 o'clock. I have to go at 5:30. You will not go to sleep back. You said, okay, let me get ready. Why? Because you are doing it for loved one. So there is a. But if you have to go to the office, 6 o'clock, hey, put alarm for 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Then that alarm rings also. Another 10 minutes. Wake me up after 10 minutes. Why? It's not spontaneous.
Yeah,
And not the things that you really aspire for.
You're right.
So that's the difference between ritual and worship. Got it? When you do it with painstakingly, that becomes ritual. You are doing the same thing, there is a pain, but you don't feel it. That is love. Like a love of labor. Delivery is not that. Whenever they go through that, they say, no, this is last. I'm not going to have a second one. And when that second one started walking, they think about the. Why? Because they forget that pain. Why? This pleasure is ahead. So devotees, they don't feel that awkward to get up early in the morning, or people think, oh, you wake up at 4:30. 4 o'clock you have to up. It's too difficult. No? But you rascal, you sleep at 1 o'clock. That is difficult for us. That you don't feel, that you feel pleasurable. That's for austerity for us. Hey man, I woke up. I was up till 1 o'clock, you know. That's why it is said, Ya nisham sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati snyam. Yasyam jagrati bhutani sap nisha pashyatam. So wherever the materialistic people are up, devotees are gone to bed that time. It's not a just time phrase, but in all relationships. Wherever they think that this is what gives me the highest pleasure, devotee thinks that's the worst thing I can do in my life. It's like a totally 180-degree oppose, which goes in together. So rituals which are given in the Vedas meant for those who are materialistic, who wanted to achieve something other than the God, who wanted to pacify their senses through the material sense enjoyment. They are meant for them. But if they follow properly, then what happens? That purifies them. And at certain position they come and they think of, why I am doing it for actually. Whatever happiness I am going to get it, that's not giving me a ultimum. After getting this, I am having something else to hanker for. There must be something which will stop all these things. There starts the jnana.
Okay.
Because there you start thinking beyond your goal. There must be something which is really concerned about and which will give me something which I can't express with the words. So what is that? then they think about liberation. But that thought itself takes him away from the materialistic things. Hey man, it's not giving me a pleasure at all. There must be something. Like one Brahmana, he was very dear to Lord Shiva. And he used to perform all ritualistic activities to please Lord Shiva. All the vratas, all the japas, he did that. And one day Lord Shiva appeared to him. Then he said, yes, tell me, what do you want? He said, Lord, give me that. Something will give me an eternal thing. After that, I don't have to ask anything from you. And Lord Shiva said, he was surprised. He said, my worshipper is having such intelligence. Yes, definitely. Because most of my worshippers, they are demoniac. They want to squeeze out everything from everyone for their own sense pleasure. And this person is asking something beyond that. So he said, I am not capable of that, giving that. Do one thing, go to Vrindavan. And there is one personality who is known as the Sanatana Goswami. You go and ask him, he will give it to you. Then he came. He came to Sanatana Goswami, but then he said, actually, Lord Shiva has sent me to you. And I want something, after getting that there is no desire that I can achieve more. Then he said, what sort of a desire that? Like a wealth, he said. Most of the people, they anchor, they strive hard day and night to amass wealth. They come up with the big businesses to exploit people, torn out their pockets, put their money in our pocket. This is what businessmen actually nowadays. So they said, wealth. He said, okay, just go there near that garbage and you will find one stone there. You take that with you. You touch anything or you just desire anything, that will get fulfilled. What is this? He said, it's a touchstone, Chintamani. Whatever you desire in your mind, that will come true. So just take it. So he took away. And for a while, he got everything, whatever he desired. But one desire was there in his heart. What that Baba must be having with him. Because he has thrown this thing in the garbage. That means something more important he must be having. I need that. That's what happens when you follow rituals.
Oh.
You get something, you think about it. Oh, by doing this, I got it, this one. So this Bhaga is doing something because he's getting that, he's giving me. So what he's getting, I want that. So they try to compete with their own, whom they have worshipped. They want to compete with them that they wanted to get what he has also. Source. Then what happened? He came back. When he came back again, he had that same morose face and something like that. What happened? Are you able to satisfy all your desires, that whatever you needed and material point of everything, you have got it, I think. He said, yeah, I got it. But I need what you have, actually. What is giving peace, so much peace of mind that you are having.
Yeah.
I need that one. He said, okay, I will give you. Just close your eyes. And right hand side, there is a Jamuna ji. You just throw away this stone. Then I will going to give you that. And he had a full faith because he know that this Baba has given me this stone, which was there at his place in the garbage. So he will not cheat me. He will definitely give me something which is really fulfilling my ultimate desire. I said, okay. Then he closed his eye and he thrown that into the Jamuna. Why Sanatana Goswami has asked him to close his eyes and throw it?
So you cannot find it again.
Even your desire also will not go back to the gate. This is what happens when you take up devotion. And that's why people, they don't want to come in the devotion. Because you have to close your eyes and throw all your propensities to enjoy materialistically. And once you have thrown them, and here also you are not getting them, you will go crazy, man. neither Krishna Prema nor the material thing where I am. And you will find so many people in that stage only. They can't go back, and here further they can't achieve anything. Because no proper association. If there is a lack of association, you will get misguided. So this person was fortunate enough. And he said, yes, give me that. Then Sanatana Goswami said, close your eyes again. He said, now what is going to give me? He said, raise your hands up into the sky. Then he did that. He said, just repeat after. And what he said? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, and he gave that one, which is known as a Golokera Premadhana. It's not imported from China or America or from Japan. It is imported from directly from Goloka. It's inter-universal. Intercontinental also not there. It's inter-universal. It came from the spiritual world. And who has given that? Who possess, that person has given it. And that is Mahaprabhu. Ananda Leela Maya Vigrahaya. Hemanga Divya Chabi Sundaraya. Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapranaya. Chaitanya Chandraya. That Chaitanya Chandra who is the ocean of prema. And he has given that prema rasa through holy name of the Lord. And Sanatana Goswami Pad's worshipable deity was Madan Mohan. And Madan Mohan is known as Sambandha Devata. When you worshipped Madan Mohan, you will establish your relationship with their Lordship. That will gives you the knowledge of Sambandha, in which relation you can tie yourself with the Lord. So you are unknowingly you are doing so many things which will take you to another realm. You are not knowing that Madan Mohan is like that. Do you?
The date is not.
No, but you got Madan Mohan at home. These are the first installed deities in India. But Prabhupada. They are the most merciful. So they gives you a knowledge about your relationship with Krishna. Sambandha Gyan. And Sanatana Goswami Pad was our Acharya. He is considered as a guru for whole of Vraja. Can you imagine? It's not a very easy thing to become a spiritual master of whole Vraja. On the Vyas Puja, which happened to be next month, Guru Purnima, the coming Purnima will be Guru Purnima. It is celebrated in Vrindavan for the glory of Sanatana Goswami. All the Vrajavasis from 84 crores that day they come and they take blessings of Sanatana Goswami. See, Mahaprabhu has sent Sanatana Goswami to Vrindavan for only one purpose. In future, whoever comes to Vrindavan to take a shelter, it's you who are going to take care of them. And eternally, Sanatana Goswami was residing in Vrindavan to take care of us. And if we show that gratitude towards him, definitely that heart which is full of gratitude for Sanatana Goswami will attract the mercy of Lord Gauranga. And you will get what he's supposed to give us. And what he gives? So it's very easy, but need to understand, then it becomes easy. Otherwise, such a lucid, comfortable thing has given but we are not able to take it because we are not guided properly. As Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he used to hear from his father. No, he's from his guru, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He used to tell, Vimal Prasad or Rishabhanudaita Das, if you want to get the love of Godhead, you will get it in 4 annas. Just go to the market, buy 2 books. That time one was costing 2 annas. 2 annas is nothing actually. Prema Bhakti Chandrika and Prarthana. These are the books written by Narottam Das Thakur Mahashaya. And Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, who was Paramahansa Bhagavat, he used to tell, whoever reads these 2 books will attain Krishna. It's that easy. Just by reading 2 books, you can attain Krishna Prema. But we are making it complicated because we are habituated with the complications in the world. We don't want an easygoing life. We want some pressures. We want some stress. Huh? Without that, people go crazy. Like when I joined the ISKCON, I came to Bombay. Just on the platform I went and I thought like my mind is like become a crazy dog. Like a dog, you put some petrol on his backside, he runs around, doesn't know which direction he's going. It happened like that. Why? Because the whole environment is there. You just be in there. You don't do anything. Just be on that platform. People's with so much torture in their mind, they are walking around you. Automatically that environment will make you like that. And you will also start running. But no, why? Where? You will also run because everyone is running. So we are in the world where all the people, they wanted to create some chaos and we wanted the part of it. One devotee was practicing Krishna consciousness for 10 years. When we had a first farm project, we took him to the farm. He stayed for 1.5 days. 1.5 days only he was survived there. Sir, I can't stay here. It's so peaceful. Because his house was, he was staying in the railway colony, which is next to the railway station. And Bombay railway station means it's like worse than the machi market, fish market. Anywhere go in the world, the fish market is same. Has that same noise, same thing. So he said, I can't leave because there's no noise at all. So we are habituated with so many materialistic activities. When you come to spiritual life, you feel restless. What I have to do? Just chant. What is that? All the day you people have to chant. You don't do this, you don't go here, you don't go there. But after going everywhere, you don't get a peace of mind. That's why you come here. And when you get it, still you're not happy. Make some sense? Make some sense? So, thing is that how to cultivate this then? How to keep going on the same path? That whole thing as explained in Nectar of his instruction. Utsahat, Nishayat, Dhairyat, Tat Tat Karma Pravartana, Sangatyaga, Sato Vritti, Shadabhir Bhakti Prasidati. If you follow these 6 things, then that will increase bhakti for the Lord. And bhakti means love for the Lord. See, in the material point of view, we are doing the same things. When you go to school, make some new friends. How you develop that friendship? What do you do for that? And next, that's it. Hi, hello, how are you? Finish it up.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
You
Don't
talk,
meet me again.
talk about their.
What do you do? How do you make friendship?
I find commonalities between us.
Exactly.
For example, me and my friends like to discuss politics.
Huh?
Me and my friends and I like to discuss politics and sports.
Oh, really? You are into that. Huh?
The commonalities, okay.
What we do to enhance our relationship? Is there any manager?
Managers.
Sales personality? Or business development manager?
Yeah, he's a manager. He's hiding.
We talk about their interest in getting what they like.
help them on whatever they need. Help them. Maybe if you are there for a long time, what they did last year, try to follow up on that. Are you doing it this year? Some social relationship,
Socializing with him. How do you socialize?
help, some sort of help, rendering some help. And food with him.
Exactly. It starts with that.
What is that?
What is it?
Any business deal starts with you call him, you go with him. Huh? They have party first. Okay, we have some business party because we are going to some hotel. Sitting, have a talk, and then you have food. Means dadati. You give him something. Then pratigrihanati, you take something from him. Bhunjte bhojate vachi. You feed him, you get fed by that. And guyamakhyati pruchite. Then you discuss the commonalities. What are your common things do you have? Hi, hello, how are you? Huh? Then what color do you like? Which
What
color
hobbies?
of dress you like? Huh? What is your specific taste?
Exactly.
That goes. In the material world, if that helps you to develop a relationship, then why it will not help you in its original state? That's in devotional life. Sometimes we think devotees only with the temple it's okay. I don't want to carry them to the home. We want to keep that bifurcation. So we have one circle, devotee circle. We have our friend circle. Huh? That we want to maintain the both things. How long you can do that?
1 hour. 1 hour.
You go crazy. And most of the time I have seen there is a breakup in the family because of this particular thing. Because you wanted to maintain both. Sometimes husband has more inclination towards his socializing friends. Sometimes wife has a tendency to get involved in more Kit Kat and chit chat parties. So everything gets spoiled. There you have to make a balance. And Bhagavad Gita talks all about that. Don't have to give up. Just dovetail them. Sometimes it, like one devotee here only, he was telling me, it becomes very difficult for me, to follow all these rules and regulations. Like you will be like a bereft of your friends then. If you want to eat onion and garlics, you go to their place, then they feel awkward that they have come and they are not eating at our home. So just to make them or please them, we have to eat it. But when I heard from Srinivas Prabhu that he followed strictly that he don't wanted to have it. His friends, for his sake, they changed their system. They said, okay, if we are to take him, the 4 families, that's right. The 4 families, they cook without onion and garlic. And they went for the picnic, not at the home. Where you go for the utmost to enjoy your senses, there they took that thing without onion and garlic. Why? Because you are strict for that. If you are sincere in your endeavor, then definitely they will change their way because they will understand your values. If you really make some value or added value in their life, they will change for you. And who will not change for you, consider that you have not done any good for them. That's why there does not have any value for in their life because they are not changing for you. For whom you change, Someone who add on something in your life, for his sake you are ready to change. That means that shows your your own ability to understand the things and work it on that. So it needs that particular seriousness or kindness of your own heart for that. If you work on that, definitely. That's what they say, that change begins within. That's who said that? You.
What is it?
So it's not that only with the not name, with the meaning also she is Lavanya. Yes. See, that's the most important thing. Change start within. And the people who have changed within, they have changed the world, the course of activities. And we have examples. Look at all the good spiritual personalities, or even the materialistic people also. Whoever has created change in the world, they have created change in their heart first. That's why the spiritual life is an inward process, not outward. God never sees that what you exhibit. He is more interested that what you are hiding with. People, they think, oh, they give big signs on the check. This is donation from me. But Lord is much more interested the other lips of the chicks whom you are going to give it, not the one what you have given to them. Because these are your priorities. That's why you are keeping them behind with you. So need to understand that whom to associate and how to associate. How to develop that relationship with the devotees. It's hard, but once you start understanding the priorities in our spiritual life, then you will find that really need to associate with the devotees. Because man can known by what
So many keeps.
the company he keeps. Jaisa Sang Vaisa Ram. Nice story actually. There was one Banya. You know Banya means?
Like a
Businessman. Shrewd businessman. Banya means shrewd businessman. So there was some katha was going on in the town. So the businessman had a son like a Bhavik who is very straightforward. So he said, okay, boy, go. For the 7 days, go and hear the katha. I will take care of the shop. So, okay. So being obedient son, so he went and he heard katha for 7 days. And he came back. On the 8th day, early in the morning, one customer came. And he asked for, I need some cloth, because they were the cloth merchant. He said, I need this sort of a cloth, and do you have it? So his father said, yeah, it's there. Then he called that son and said, okay, get that 3-4 rolls of the clothes. And he came and he just spread it out. And then he was asking about the price. Then customer said, what about this? He said, 90 bucks. He said, 100 bucks. It's 120. And he said, okay, just take out 2-3 meters from this 120 bucks. So that boy took it out and he just packed it and sent that person to his father to pay it off. Then that came to the father. Father said, hey, that cost 160 bucks. What are you saying? 120. It's not. But said, father, I'm telling you, it's 160. He said, okay. Then somehow he convinced that customer, and customer paid the money and he went off. Then son was looking at his father. What is this? He said, why you are looking like this? Why looking at me like this? He said, Papa, say, 7-8 days back, you only sold this one for 120 bucks. Why you are selling it now for 160? You're lying. It's not good. It will occur sin, That money will not be good for our own family. Then he started boiling up, heating up actually. Then he reached at the boiling stage and he said, "Rascal, who told you all these things?" He said, "I went there for that katha." No? So that Babaji was telling that if even honesty also you earn money, that brings the 15 anarthas. And if you do it dishonestly, what will be the consequences? Then he said, "I asked you to go there to just hear that, not to imbibe that. संग करने के लिए भेजा था, रंग बदलने के लिए नहीं भेजा था." So if you go with this attitude, will not make any difference in your life. So when you associate, you should take association. With the sadhus, you take their association. And with the karmis, you give their association. What we do? We go and we teach that sadhu, "Maharaj, you don't know, you should do like this, If you do like this, then that will bring money." So he is going to give knowledge to him. And he is going to karmis to get knowledge from them. "Hey, you don't know. Can you tell me? Actually, this is the problem with my business. Can you tell me how to cheat and do the blunders? How I can save my taxes and this?" The person who goes with the attitude that I want to save my taxes is a rascal. Because he has a dishonesty in his heart. That's why he's going to get cut off his paying his taxes. So with the karmis you take association, and here
So,
you want to give your association to sadhu by spoiling him. So that need to be understood. I've seen the Bombay, some of the congregation, "Arey Prabhu, naya movie aaya ho. Mere paas pen drive pe de do." They are giving it to brahmacharis. And these foolish brahmacharis, they are taking that also. So what it means? It's also association, dadati prati granati. But what you are giving and what you are taking, will that give you some higher purpose of life? No. That's why you need a really good association. Good association means which reminds you about Krishna, which forces you to give up your bad habits. That should feel yourself. It should not happen that someone is pointing out and that's why you are doing it. No, you should feel yourself. When you feel that, Lord will help you out to take out that. संग ऐसा करो कि रंग अपने आप बदलना शुरू हो जाए, जरूरत ना पड़े कि कुछ प्रयास करने की. And that's what happens as you keep associating with the saintly people. Gradually you will see that, hey man, I'm feeling some change. While going on the road, when previously I used to look at the beautiful woman, now I'm thinking of my wife now. When she is walking also, someone must be looking at her. Now that feeling has started coming, means you are on right path. Further, I have my own daughter also. If I have some bad feelings for some woman, definitely someone is going to have bad feelings for my daughter also. So that makes you more conscious. And ultimately then one stage comes that you realize that, man, how much they do. As a woman, how much they are merciful. They have a caring and tendering nature. They are mothers. Then all this enjoyment propensity that automatically fades away. How it happens? When you are rightly associated with the right frame of a people, frame of a mind, then automatically you can grow. And that you yourself will understand whether you are associating properly or not. That's what we do. So I bored you for last 1 hour. See that now?
no,
Huh? Sure?
Needed.
More than
Oh, really?
Sorry.
So this is what actually. See, the spirituality means not that something is outstanding from what you are doing. Something what you are doing with a love and affection for others. That's the spirituality. People that they create something like, oh, he's a spiritual. They get scared of him. Hey, why? Because nobody wants to remain clean. And today's fashion is that as much as dirty and junky you look like, you are like an icon. Huh? You have that hairs like this. What they call? Hen or no? Huh? Mohawk. Punks.
Indian color.
And they speak like this, something what they think like they are out of. Huh? If somebody not does that, that means he is uncommon. What all this? Yeah. Like Aborigines going back to the U-turn, they're taking again. Again going back same place. Why is it so? Because no proper association. The association which makes you really think, not sting, that makes a difference in your life. The most of the time we associate with the people who makes you stink. That spoils the whole life. Making stinking means what? Just putting garbage in your heart. Rather than, there are 3 criteria they have given actually. The common people, what they do? They always talk about the person. If we both are together, we'll definitely talk about the third person who is not there. That's the mentality of a common people. Little elevated than that, rather than discussing about the person, they speak about the situation. Why it has happened. And the smartest people, they think about the concept from where it started. What is that? Ideas. So no need to third person give you about what you are, whether you are common, uncommon, or super common. Huh? What you discuss about, you will know that which level you are in. Huh?
Same topic, talking to one of my friends this morning. Average people discuss talents, good people discuss spiritual, and great people discuss ideas.
So spirituality means discussing about ideas. And what is the great idea? Just get rid of this nonsense. Go back on that. Get rid of again and coming to this material world. And all sane men, they think about that at least once in their life. They go through such a situation, then they say, oh my Lord, I don't want it again. Why you get that desire? Because that's the real desire that you should have it. My Lord, I don't want it again. Enough of this. And if you have a proper association, each and every step they think about this idea. Just getting out of this material. And as per your level, then there are different paths. Liberation. Higher than that, realization. And higher than that is service to their Lordship. Liberation from the pangs of material life, that's for the impersonalist who seek after Brahman. Realization of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead as a person in everyone's heart, that is for the yogis, who has control over their senses, who has control over their habits. And above them is devotion, love, that you can develop for the personality. Consider someone as a person and develop your relationship as a brother, as a father, as a friend, as a lover. That's the ultimate. But it starts from following the rituals,
Okay.
coming up to the stage where you can realize that something is higher than this. And that drags you towards love. Then it becomes spontaneous. So never condemn ritualistic activities. Most of the people, what they do, when they come to devotional service, they think that, but it's created by the Lord. It's meant for a certain group. It's not meant for you. But you can't just deny that thing. That is given by the Lord.
Example like when you are saying that not to stop ritualistic, I mean, what the devotee should understand when there is
Never offend anyone.
Few things.
Never discourage anyone. Like, if you devotee, mostly in the festival we can see different personalities they come. They worship Shiva,
Yes.
they worship Durga, they worship Ganesha. Don't discourage them. Lord says directly that whoever worships the demigods, they are Alpamedasas. Okay, but they are on that stage. Neither you have a capacity to bring them at the higher consciousness. So what they are doing, let them do it.
Can't we at least tell them not?
Just tell them that do it with all your sincerity. With your sincere heart, you do it, definitely you will reach to this goal only. Today or tomorrow, it may take another 2 lifetimes for you. But do whatever you do sincerely. If you do like that with them, they will feel more comfortable with you. And if you try to negate them at the beginning itself, they will become averse to Krishna consciousness. They will think that these guys, they only think about Krishna, They will become averse to Krishna. So rather than you should handle them properly, that needs a maturity. And most of the people, they don't have that maturity. They kill their consciousness. Ahimsa, when Prabhupada writes about this particular word in his purport, he said, violating the other's consciousness is a great violence. If you are not bringing anyone to Krishna consciousness, that is a great violence. So ahimsa means getting everyone towards the Krishna consciousness. So rather than causing pain to their activities and discouraging them, encourage them, okay, do it. It's really good. But ask to your worshipable that give me what you give the best, what you like. And definitely you will get what they like is none other than the Krishna Prema. Because all they are having that's why Lord has given them some capabilities to do that. They are more intelligent than you. You call yourself as a devotee, but Lord has given them responsibility to execute something in this world. And whom you give responsibility? Whom you trust. So they are trustworthy by the Lord. And why you are negating them? Who are you? Are you superior to them? So proper understanding is that don't discourage for them to their practices. Because ultimately there is a worshipable only one, and that is my Lord. But my Lord has manifested in different way for them, and let them do it honestly. If they do it that properly, definitely they will come back to Krishna. Most of the time we have seen a lot of devotees, all they were the Shaivites previously. They were all worshipping Lord Shiva. And then they came to Krishna consciousness. And where I was brought up in my Krishna consciousness, that place is next to one of the biggest temple in Mumbai of Lord Shiva, Babulnath. So most of the devotees, they used to come to see Babulnath, and then they take shelter of Gopinath. So the path which leads you to the Lord, that comes from the worship of this people. So you should not discourage. If you have understood that Krishna is ultimate, but these people, they are not understood. So let them elevate gradually as per their consciousness. You can't just, like someone has just entered in the school, like a junior KG, and you are asked, asking him to solve all these logarithms and what's that called? I forgot even.
Calculus.
In engineering, what we used to do that?
Algebra.
Calculus.
Calculus.
Calculus. More than that, integrations.
Integration.
Most complicated thing.
Yeah, integration.
You are asking that junior KG guy to do all the integration calculations. Is that possible for him? No. You should help him out. Okay, start with these tables. That is also algebra. You start with that. Let him come up. Let him grow. And he will understand when the time comes that. If you try to inject that, what will happen? He will lose balance. He will get destroyed what he is doing that also. And he will become his deadly enemy. Then what's the use of that? So sometimes while at home, when you preach about, you should understand their consciousness. You should understand their level. Generally what happens? Two partners. One may be elevated in Krishna consciousness, but the other one is still on the material consciousness. You can't just, no, I'm doing it, so you do it. Can't. That will not work it out. Because I had that experience in my life. It's like 7 years, it was like a war in our house about the spirituality. Whenever I used to go to visit my parents, every day night up to 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whole night, just arguments, nothing else. He will put forward his and I will try to destroy that. It went up to 7 years. How long 7 years? And all the neighborhood people, they used to think, what a crazy family is this? People are fighting for the money, people are fighting for the Sasu Bahu, and these guys, they are fighting for the God. People go to temple to get rid of all the fights. And these people are fighting on the name of God. Then I reconcile myself that why should I do that? It took me 7 years. And then I realized that no need to tell him anything, just forget. Whenever you come, just be good with him. Because before that I ever argued with him, and when I came in the ISKCON, I started arguing. Then what his thing has become, since he has gone to ISKCON, he has started arguing me. So these people are spoiling my kid. He was like not like that. In public, he never used to raise his voice in front of me. And now in the public, he is just criticizing, chastising, taking me back and forth. He never did that. He was very sanskar, cultured guy. Now he has got spoiled. Then I understood that the whole ISKCON's reputation on stake because of my behavior. So it's better. And just cool down. And okay, whenever we come put together, you are my father, I'm your son. That relation we should maintain, not the philosophical arguments. You follow what you do, let me follow what I do. When you will not disturb them, they will not disturb you also. And one day what happened that I brought a Jagannath Baldev Subhadraji. Again, I thought about it. Hey, if I take at home, this guy will throw them away. It's better. Then I asked one of my girlfriend, my school, that okay, you take it at your home and you worship them. And she said, okay, she took it. And her mother was so much pleased. She said, Jagannathji has come to our house. And happened to be, my father one day reached there. And they saw him, see, we have a new altar and deities are there. He said, so beautiful. And where you got it? He said, Ganesh got this. What? Yeah, they are ours. Give it to us. And he just took them to home. And no need to tell him that don't cook with the onion and garlic, because he knows if he has brought it and I have to keep them home, then I have to feed them. And if he does not like, then how he will like that should be offered to his God. So the whole onion garlic has stopped. Without any argument, without any resistance from their side and any force from my side. Things has happened. Because when you become serious and sincere in your own endeavor, the rest of the part is taken care of. Lord makes things favorable for you. Otherwise, if you try to make it, it never happens with your own endeavor. Better, there is one box called leave it something for God to do. Just put things in that. Don't try to do everything by your own self. Let Lord has to take care of few things and let him do it. You just keep things for him. When you try to do everything, you will create mess only. Like a rat race. What rat does? He just moves around everywhere, try to grab everything. But does he enjoy that? He spoils. So same way, few things, just let God take care. Keep it on. That helps a lot. At least in a family life. Don't force. If you force someone, that spoils everything. So becoming Krishna conscious at home is more conscious than anything else. Otherwise, we have seen, like in Chapadi, we have a big congregation. And since childhood, like this age, we have seen the kids. And when they reach like of this age, 13, 14, they're teens. They go get concealed in the teens. It's very difficult to train them. But that time they are more keen observer. Sometimes you are unaware, but they are aware what you are doing. The consequences, what is going to happen if he is doing. Boy will go and tell it to Mama, I think Papa is going wrong. He will not tell it to father, but he will tell it to mother. I think, see, this is going to happen, he is doing this way. And it happens because they have observed your pattern of work. So they have gone through that. So they know. In that time, whatever you behave in the association of devotee and the way you behave at home, that creates a duality in their mind. They said he is a pretender, you know. There he goes and like, Hare Krishna, he's so soft and kind-hearted to everyone, give big philosophy, and when it comes to home, he's such a ruthless. How he behaves with us. And seeing that all things, they think that we don't want to be a pretender. Let be one thing. Either we should be saintly like this or let be the demonic like this. We can't play around this. And this is what devotees, kids, they told us. We asked them after 15 or 13, hey, why you are not coming so regular to temple? Prabhu, you know, you all guys are pretenders. You know? What? Yes. My father for last 20 years he is following Krishna consciousness. But he behaved differently with you guys, with my family members, with friends. He is totally different. I don't want to live like that. Live life like that. Let me be the single person. I don't want to speculate or just mess around with the own behavior and life pattern. Let me be the single piece. That's true. So you need to be very careful. Being a devotee is a big responsibility. Because you are representing something. Whom you are representing? Your Vedic scripture. If you do something wrong, people will think that you are read it in the scripture and you are applying in your life. So you have to be very cautious. And that need association.
Killing animals in the name of rituals, we should discourage that.
It's never recommended. None of the scriptures says
what
that
he's saying is we should tell them, right? I mean, you said
that you do.
right.
That definitely. What is going against the scripture, you have to tell them. None of the demigods worship explains that they should give bali.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nowhere. See, all the vegetables, they have their own name behind one particular animal. In the yagyas, aja bali means giving bali of aja, ghee. And that has a misly interpreted and they called it as a bakri, bent, goat. So now you have to put aja. Aja means ghee. So what they thought of? Giving ahuti of goat. And this is how the things they got exploited for the pleasure of time. That's the demonic tendency. To perform yajna, you need 4 kind of qualified brahmanas. If you don't get them, then these things are going to happen. That's why Buddha came and said, just leave them apart. We don't want this. They need to be honest. See, which you are against the Vedic scripture, you have to point it out and tell them. By doing that, you are not discouraging them. You are engaging them in the proper way. That's what I'm telling you that. You encourage them in a proper version. You tell them that do as per the scripture. That will help you. And thus it helps. It has its own miracles. People have changed their life course. So devotee means becoming very mature in all respects. Your dealings, your theoretical understanding. If it is not that there, it's very tough. You will create mess in others' life then. And that will be the worst thing.
Like you were saying, in the same thing, like we should act according to our scripture here and act according to the scripture, or we should instruct according to the scripture. But again, coming to demigod worship, again, Krishna says that comics text, the Rubajnana, I mean, like who are filled with a lot of material desires or who are less intelligent, they worship the demigods. Still, I mean, according to Bhagavad Gita, it's an instruction from the God. It's a Vedic instruction. Still, the people should the devotees should tell others, or they should leave it. I understood the point that you said that they have.
Which chapter that shloka comes?
7th chapter.
What's the title of it?
Knowledge is absolute. Yes.
So the person who is qualified to take that knowledge, for them, that shloka has explained. Is that answer for you?
They should be qualified.
It's not that each and everyone will be able to understand. Why he has not spoken it in the first chapter? Why he has given in this chapter? When you will come to that understanding, give that knowledge.
Based on his.
Even he said, don't give this knowledge to them who are envious of me. And what you are doing then? You are disobeying. One sense you think that I am obeying. And the other thing, ultimately you are disobeying the Lord himself. That's why I said it's the maturity. You may know that there is a golden hen and she gives the golden egg. So let's keep the hind portion and cut out the front portion. What will happen?
Useless.
Same. So knowledge, be preacher when jivana sarthaka kare. When you perfected your life, try to save others. Otherwise, you will go along with him only. It needs maturity. Otherwise, don't open a mouth in public. It's better to keep quiet. Maunam sugama karana. Keep silence. That's really good cause. You will not have any problem. Unless and until you have some realization, have some maturity. And unless and until you know how to deal with the people, it's better not to be a preacher. Otherwise, people, they take that one verse. Oh, Lord's like people who preach. So let me preach. Let me preach. But what? Whatever half nonsense knowledge you have, that one, you will create blunders in others' life. And that's what's happening with our society. We are seeing for years together. We got a big preacher. Where are they now? So need maturity. And that's what Prabhupada used to say, boil the milk. If you want to preserve the milk, you need to boil it. Otherwise it will get spoiled. So same way, boiling the milk means what? Steering up your consciousness with that knowledge. Read it, contemplate it. We don't do that. We just read it and try to express it. Where is the contemplation part? If you don't think about that, you will not get realization. And that realization will put you on the particular stage where you are. And according to that, then you will try to act.
True.
If not, then as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has said, Vanchaka Vanchita Sampradaya, cheaters and cheated. If you are honest to yourself, then honestly you can give it to someone. If you are not, what you give, that will neither help him or not you also. Or you will become a pretender. And Lord says, I don't like pretenders. You have to decide. What do you want to be?
One question, probably. I mean, not question, it's my personal experience. Right from my childhood days, I've seen, both. My father was totally like surrendered to Lord. My mother is totally ritualistic, and I grew up that way. And here also, when I come, Lavanya is more ritualistic than I, by the grace of, I keep it to something. But my confusion is, my mother says, we have a home God. There's a community God, this God, that God. So every year you need to do this puja to this God, like home God. Now I know very well, I mean, the confusion comes, oh Krishna, I have to pray to like Balama, whatever we call them. Kula Devata, like those things, right? So this confusion, I know very well it's Krishna, like, I surrender. Even the photo she keeps and she does everything ritual, I say Hare Krishna. Even to Balama also, I say Hare Krishna. So this confusion, how to remove. The other day, she was keeping that Lakshmi Sotram or something, and she asked me to offer something. Then, always I said, oh Krishna. For me, I wanted to do. I didn't want to do that, but she wanted me to do that, right? Then on that day, something bad happened. Oh God, did I do something wrong because it happened?
You did wrong.
Why did
You did wrong. See, useless fellow like me, if he comes at home, you offer him pranams.
Sure.
As per consideration, they and me, who are superior? They are entrusted by the Lord to take care of your dynasty. That's why they are Kula Devata. You should honor them. The most worshipable is my Lord. And if he has entrusted some power to someone, you will deny that? That's what you did. You denied their existence. Should not do that. That's what I'm saying. It's a maturity. What bringing us down is this in our devotional endeavor. Because our philosophy that we should honor everyone. So who are they?
Yeah, that is the confusion, Prabhu. Like, we say Hare Nama Eva Kevalam.
That is for your ultimate liberation.
Right. Then why should I do this then?
What?
Why should I pray demigods?
You're not praying them to give you a liberation. You're honoring them for their position. Because they are taking care of your dynasty. They have taken charge of that.
Okay.
So you don't you go to the office, hey, MD, I don't care, man. My manager is everything for me. You do like that?
I do.
What do you do?
I respect everybody.
Why? You should respect HR people. They are making you a salary sheet, not the MD. We do like that? If there is a consideration, there is a hierarchy, then why not do this? Why don't you accept that? I'm not motivating everyone that you should do it for the purpose. No. If you have come across to them, what's so bad in that?
Saying that help me to
you should
more elevate into
yes,
Krishna.
You should pray them.
Yeah.
As Lord has entrusted you with the powers because of your dedication, please help me out.
Yeah, help me to bring me into Krishna consciousness more.
Help me out.
Help me to reach Krishna.
If you can ask me, oh Prabhu, please pray for. Why not them? They are meant to deliver your dynasty. I'm not propagating that you should do specific worship for them. But if you go to the ritualistic activities, there it is said. You start with your gurus. Gurus mean the people who brings on the path of liberation. So they are there. They have taken charge of, like Kula Devata, Grama Devata, all they are there. When we do our, what they call, Sankalpa, we offer pranams to everyone. So because if they please with us, if they see our sincerity, Lord also likes that. That we have to understand.
What is this concept of Kula Devata and Grama Devata? How does it came into picture?
It came in a picture. These are the Prajapatis from whom my dynasty has came. I belong to this line. And so they are the beginnings. So we worship them as a God or as a Devata for worshipable for my dynasty, because from them we have started. Ultimately it's Krishna. But unless and until you know that, if you worship them, they will take you there only. They meant for that. The whole material creation is created by the Lord, so that ultimately you should take shelter of the Lord. Unless and until you understood the power of the Lord, to reach that point, you have to take care of all of this. No? You have to please manager, then managing supervisor, then general manager, then VP, then like a VP, then VP, then CEO, then MD, then CMD.
Correct.
That goes in hierarchy. You can't directly jump on CMD, can you? Whom you have to approach? First, your department head.
Right.
Then there is a manager. Then there is the area manager. Then there is a general manager. Then there is an assistant VP. Then there is a VP. Then there is a long way to go. See, this MIS is not a new system. Our all forefathers and everyone, they have gone with the MIS system only. You have to go through it. Lord will accept through them only. The channel he has already given. These rascals, they have come up with they put it in the English books and they come up with, and we are following that. But it is all followed by our ancestors. And that's why they run nicely. Now we are cutting it off. So we are facing problems.
So I got your point, but most of the satsangs that I attended, the two main topics come is demigod versus God, and then destiny versus free will. So some of the satsangs, they say that, always worship God, not demigod.
If you are capable.
Okay.
If you are capable of reaching CMD directly, you are so expert in your area of a field,
Okay.
he will call you, man, I want to see that person.
Get your point. Okay.
Are you?
No.
Then go to why chain.
Go to West.
Your life will be peaceful. Their life will be also peaceful. You will get a better result.
Get your point.
Ultimate goal you have understood now. I have to go back to Krishna.
Right.
So whatever is you, do that.
Okay.
But don't dishonor this chain, because it has created by him.
Okay.
Got it? That's why there are so many demigods temple in Jagannath temple itself. Till date, nobody has asked me why there are so many temples. Only he asked me. Why there are so many temples inside the Jagannath temple.
Yeah. Okay.
Because all the people, they are coming to Jagannath. But to reach Jagannath, as you have own Panda, so you have your Kula Devata. You pray them. Thank you for being the guidance for our dynasty. So ultimately, I have to take your shelter. Pray for me. Bless me so that I can go immediately. That is the mood. That is the consciousness. Mahaprabhu, when he visited South India, he visited all the temples. He prayed to everyone. That he showed that how devotee prays to the demigods. He says, give me the ultimate, and to achieve that ultimate, help me out. Because you are entrusted with the Lord with some potency. Help me out with it. They never says, he is the ultimate. I don't bother Krishna. No. That is again offense. You worship them, you honor them, because they are representing something, potential thing for you. And that helps. That helps a lot.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. I got the answer.
So this is what needed.
She say like this something like
See, unless and until you understand the principle behind that, it's difficult to apply. Just don't get stuck to only Grama Devata or then Kula Devata. Something is beyond that. But here, if you say that sincerely, you show that sincerity. I want the ultimate thing. If you can help me out, I'm worshipping you for that ultimate thing. So they will elevate your consciousness. They said, yeah, definitely. You are interested? Okay. I will set forth you. So they will push you out. And if you get a really good association of a pure devotee, which can change the whole thing, that's totally different. Then that is ahetuki. And most of us, we have got ahetuki kripa Lord. That's why we can discuss all this thing. Otherwise, it's too tough.
so
So many ISKCON devotees, that similar situation, they talk about it, they've been through this situation.
Okay.
And whenever we go on these yatras and things that we hear from them, that, I used to worship Lord Shiva.
Right.
He said we have Gopinath temple at the Shiva temple. And they said, we have so many other heavenly deities and so forth, we used to worship them. But as soon as we all understood our goal,
Okay.
and automatically everything went away. And it will. And he said, you just have to pray.
See, when you understand the whole, again I'm repeating that. If you understand the principle, it's very easy to apply it. If you don't, you miss the principle and you try to just go for the activity,
Right.
you will lose everything. The principle should be clear.
Albert Einstein. He said
Albert Einstein.
you can explain that very simply to another person only when you understand it. Otherwise, it is not possible. Whatever you explain,
Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita.
That's right.
Just want to offer that. This is what.
No, absolutely, Prabhu. Now I got it. I mean, because as I said, a lot of times, the satsangs, the demigod versus God is always like confusion.
See, what do you want, you get. Lord is there in everyone's heart.
Sure.
If you are really sincere to seek an answer of your question, He will arrange that thing. And when you are says, now my way is right way, you will hear that only what will your way is highway.
Sure.
When you are sincere desire, no, I want an answer for this. I'm just looking for. And some other Lord put you across something, like some book will come in your hand and you will read it. Or maybe in the general conversation, someone will come with that point and that really strikes you. Because Lord is there in your heart.
Sure.
He knows much and more than what intensity you have to know about this particular thing. And if you are really sincere, you just keep on, my Lord, it's really confusion for me. And I can just go along with this. Let me get it clear. And that day you got your answer. You need that intensity. It depends upon that.
Prabhu, no, I mean,
Because Lord's creation is Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnam Udachyate, Purnasya, Purnameva. Everything is complete. You have a question, there is a perfect answer. But you should be phrasing that question properly. If you don't do that, you will not get a proper answer. If your question is not proper, how you will get a proper answer? That makes difference. That's why Arjuna has asked only a 16th question in Bhagavad Gita. And to elaborate that question, Lord has spoken 680 verses. Because 4 verses are spoken by Sanjay. So, it's not that easy. And it's easy. Yes.
My legs hurts.
my legs hurt. Well,
Yeah. Because you don't know the Indian style.
It's amazing.
he's an American.
That's what I'm telling you. At this age, he is 70 plus and he's sitting comfortably down. You're not even 17 plus and you need a chair.
Not even 70.
That's what I'm telling you. Yes, anything?
Known as what?
Amalla. No question. Good. 2 people, they don't have a question. One who has understood everything. And second,
What is that, Karinga?
who has not understood anything. Because to have a question, you need to know something. Okay, so we'll start here. We'll have a kirtan for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीन इति नामिने ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की चैतन्य महाप्रभु श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। थैंक यू सो